Hello, how are you? When you join, say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from on planet Earth. I'd love to say hello. And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay, let me know that you are joining so that I can, say hello afterward. Today is not going to be the most fun live. I really honestly probably was resisting doing this. So when you do join, say hello. Please let me know who's tuning in. Feel free to let me know or share this. But I really want to talk about this LeBron James race, everything else issue that's going on. So first, before I get into this, my name is Colleen Gallagher. I'm a passionate creator. I have three books. I have a lot of online content. I'm receiving my PhD. I have my master's. And I'm someone really passionate about kind of social sciences. Like, how is the world developed to where it is in the world? Why is the world developed where it is? And I have a magazine called the Expanded Liberation Magazine. I should probably actually leave that link here. Let me get that. So I'm going to do like a whole spread on this, specifically about race and about social scientists because I feel like it really needs to be talked about, but I really can't talk about it on, on social media because I could be banned. There's, cancel culture, so I have to be mindful, but I really want to do a whole spread on this. So I'm going to leave the links in the comments for you guys to join. It's $111. The new issue comes out on May 1st. We just had the first issue come out. So anyway, first of all, let me educate everyone. For those of you who may not have never heard of critical race theory, I personally had never heard of it. Now that I've heard of it, I really don't. It's not the mainstream of my thoughts, but it's nice to be aware of. There's a whole body of research, and it's really important for those of you who, let me back this up further. Okay, the schooling system in a lot of ways has failed us, and I'm a big proponent of saying that. I don't think the schooling system by any means is the right way to educate for creatives, for innovators, for business leaders, for stay-at-home moms, for having sustainable relationships. I don't think the public schooling system really in any country has done it right. So let me just start by there. That's A. However, for my life mission, I believe we each have a mission, we each have a purpose. There's a reason God sent us here. My life mission and purpose, I was instructed by a higher power that I believe in, and a system that is how I interact with reality, has guided me to go through higher education for my master's, for my PhD, to allow how my brain functions at a very high capacity to pick up different patterns in the world for what I'm here to do. So I don't believe by no means that everyone should get higher education. I want to just preface that. But for my path, that's what was guided for me. B, I want to go in, there's a large body of research. Research is really important for how the world functions and how societies are set up. So that is why you do need an institution for people that are researchers, like doctors. You need to have a system for them to go through. You don't want someone operating on your face that there's no, they're just going in blind. Just as I don't think you'd really probably want someone to watch your kids that have no background in kids. Like, that just doesn't really make sense. So there's a theory that's called critical race theory that's been, maybe 25 years now. It's been heavily perpetuating in America. And this theory, critical race theory, basically states that there's two things. You're either the oppressed, you're born oppressed, or you're born as the oppressor. Basically, you're born oppressed. This is the theory. This is not me. This is the theory that I'm stating. The theory that these researchers, not me, have said and have put into America is that if you are born a certain color or in a certain demographic, you are automatically oppressed. If you are born a certain color and in a certain demographic area, you are automatically an oppressor. I personally don't agree with that. However, there's a body of people that believe in that. So, it's like there's a body of people that believe in Christianity, a body of people that believe in Jewish faith, or Muslim. I mean, all the things. This is just a body of work. So we've had a lot of issues. I just did a very heavy live. I'm someone who very strongly disagrees with discrimination. Part of that is because I feel like I've been discriminated against because I had cancer, because it could be argued that people see me and think I have mental health issues. I actually argue that it's just, as I write in my third book, I function on a different operating system. The way that I interact with reality, there are spirits, there are ghosts, there's spirit guides, it's very visually active. I'm seeing colors all the time. When I meet someone, I see a whole field around them. I don't just see the human body. In a world we've been taught that's crazy. So we had COVID-19, which of those of you who know my beliefs about health, because I had cancer, is that any health issue manifests in the body for only two reasons. One is because of emotionally suppressed issues. The reason that we emotionally suppress issues or emotions is because we aren't in alignment. We aren't living with the way that God has designed us to live. So whatever that mission is. But that mission of how God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, energy, science, the cosmos, whatever that belief system you function in, there's a way that you are designed here, like an equation, to fit in, to rise into something, to impact this planet. And if you are not living into that, instead you are falling into the society matrix of, I have to work this many years to make this much money, to grow my career, to, travel, to have kids, to have the marriage, it has to look like this. Well, you inherently are disconnected from the energetic, spiritual nature of you, which if you want to go strictly scientific, which is the cosmos, this is just astrology, this isn't even, take religion out of it, take faith out of it, if you want to go that route, you have a Hertz frequency. So if you were to take the actual measurement, I forget even what it is, but I can find that on Amazon, I'll leave the link in here, and actually measure the frequency of your body, it will tell you how disconnected you are from who you really are, or how aligned you are to the greater capacity of what can come through your body, the frequency that can move and cycle through you. The more that you're disconnected, so the lower frequency, the more the health problems manifest, and the more that those health problems come, like a COVID-19 or a heart attack or a cancer or all the things. So when someone tells me, I don't feel well, or they say I'm having anxiety, or they tell me what their cancer is, I can already basically emotionally pinpoint what has gone on in their life without them even telling me, and they may not even know it. Now, obviously, I've had a lot of practice in this, back to my life purpose, so this is why I can do these things and help people move through and heal at a very quick rate. However, part of COVID-19, the thing that happened was that this issue of race needed to be brought to the surface in America. And I have a few mixed feelings about it, but I want to be transparent. I'm someone who I don't have a massive belief of, because this is this way, this is the thing. I am very much situation by situation by situation. Now, do I have a belief system that I believe, like universal truths? We all can rise. We all can be connected to something greater. We all can learn science. We all could learn math. We all could write a book. Yes, I have those overarching beliefs, like things of what's possible for us. But when it comes to more controversial, or, something like murder, or something like race, or something like divorce, or something like whatever, I'm very situational. If you're asking about a very broad topic like that, it's too complex to make broad statements. It's just too complex. You can't overarch somebody like that, or overarch a socially systematic issue into one situation. You just can't. It's impossible. So, we've had a lot of, situations arise with George Floyd, with Breonna Taylor, with Black Lives Matter, and I think there's a lot deeper issues that we could be speaking about, or we could be communicating about, or we could be learning about than the way it's gone about massively. And now Black Lives Matter, it's coming out that it is fraud. It was fraud, that the money was used for people to buy houses and mansions, and there's not really any grassroots work being done. Breonna Taylor's mom just came out and said this, and also, shared her part on that. So there's that. Now, I was really upset, is maybe the right word. I'm really upset. I'm really bothered that, first, I'm just bothered because I can't believe that on the news there's one, regardless of race, that there is one 15 or 16-year-old girl going to stab another 16-year-old girl or under 18. I don't, just take race out of it, even take gender out of it. I am just upset that we have two people under the age of 18 with knives trying to kill each other in the country that I'm from, in the country that I live. I'm very deeply emotionally upset by this. Regardless of anything else, I am upset to know that I live in a country where this is just one incident being shown of someone taking a knife to kill someone else. We don't even have a war in our country like the Congo or like many countries in the Middle East. Well, we do have a war in our country, but it's on our own people. We aren't even at a war on our own land in America with another country. And we're seeing, this is just what we're seeing. So imagine what's not being shown on the news. And this is only being seen to highlight a racial issue when this is such a different issue. So we live in a country with so much opportunity. We live in a country that women have rights, first of all. We live in a country where we have a system that if someone was to come and try and attack me, I can be protected. I'm proud to live in a country like that. Do you know that there's countries like the Republic of the Congo where if you are a woman, I keep saying this, I want to really let this sink in, you are a woman and you are raped, you go to jail as the woman. Do you understand? There's countries that are still, I think it was, I don't want to say it wrong, it was Iran or Iraq. It might have been one different. Don't quote me on the country. I don't want to look it up because I want to be present here. But there was the leader there came over to America. They were showing him, Trump was showing him all of the tech companies, and they're making one of the first smart major cities over there. And they're using our tech companies to basically guinea pig the first smart city over there. And they asked about women's right because women aren't allowed to drive and aren't allowed to drive a car in that country. Like still, like you guys, we're in 2021 and this is like majority of the world, women cannot drive in a car, like drive a car alone. And he was asked about this in American media and he said, oh no, we believe in women's rights. And then there was a woman that came from another country going into the other country and she was put in prison for driving. And she was, her sister came on camera because they couldn't even say the whole thing to protect their family's, sanity and safety, that the woman had bruises all over her legs. She was beaten severely by men. You guys, this is like, I'm not even trying to bring up race in this. Like, do you understand we live in a country inherently that we have so many rights, and at the same time, we have people under the age of 18 going to stab someone? That's the issue. Point blank, period. The issue is we live in a country where there is a woman under age 18, a person, even take gender, a person under age 18 that is going to stab, and that's being showcased on the media for fame, to teach other kids if they don't feel seen or heard. All you need to do is take a knife to go and get someone, and you will leave a legacy by getting on the news, and then LeBron James is going to tweet about you when you take a knife and try and kill someone. I really sat with this last night. I'm still actually really tender. I need to do a post still about my moon cycle, but like, I'm trying to understand, like there's something in me that's trying to click. Like I'm trying to like see the perspective of whatever it is. And I can't. You guys, I'm very much like a, you know, I could see the thing and this thing and their child background and the psychology, and you know, this person was overtaken by a darker energy and then this happened, but like the sequence of events here, I don't understand. And I think it's horrifying that race is even being brought up in it, because this situation has nothing to do with race. But what I wanted to share specifically is, you know, because this has been so present now, I'm on my morning walk this morning, and those of you who know, I do my walks a lot. And as I'm on my walk this morning, I'm walking, and I by no means on the racial scale, I feel like we all have moments. I don't care who you are. You all have moments of, you know, racial pull. You move off of the center, or gender pull. We all do it. I mean, I don't care who you are. It happens. I'm pretty neutral, I would say, because I've been so many places. I see culture. I mean, most countries, you guys, this is not an issue. Like most countries, it's like I was even just with people from Iran and China, and like the Iranian was like, yeah, we just call them yellow people and we're just the brown people. Like it's not even an issue. Like it's like, this is just a normal conversation of yellow people, brown people. Like, so anyway, okay, so I'm walking this morning, and I'm on my walk, and all of a sudden I'm about to turn a corner, and I see there's an African American male walking down the street, and I have never had this happen, you guys. I've never, and this is the issue with the media doing what it's doing. I have never had this happen. I literally almost wanted to walk and turn the other way, because I thought this person, like I thought something bad was gonna happen. And then I like come back and I'm like, whoa, what just happened in my brain? You guys, the media is pointing this issue out so profoundly, it made me afraid to be on the same damn street in case something happens. What the fuck? Like, I'm not even someone who has an issue with this, I feel like. And because the media is ostracizing it, I was walking on like and I'm afraid, because I thought, oh my God, maybe there's going to be something bad that happens, because like, and then I go, Colleen, breathe. You're walking on the street. You live in a great part in LA. And I'm thinking, if I feel this way, I can only imagine what someone who is actually African American is feeling about their life right now, because the media is like exuberating this everywhere. You guys, it's really this simple. Yes, there are social issues in many countries. There are social issues throughout the world. Let's look at the situation of everything. This situation happened to be two people. One person under age 18 with a knife to another, and the one with the knife was killed. I'm so grateful I live in a country where if this happened and there was a man on top of me beating me, regardless of race, because I'm walking somewhere, or I don't know, because of whatever, I mean, I probably wouldn't be in that scenario, but if I ever, for whatever God's reason was, I'm grateful the police are here. I definitely don't want to live in a country where if a man abuses me, I'm the one going to jail. No, thank you. That is not a country or society I want to be part of. And it's actually probably why I've created the Expanded Liberation Society, because we need to have conversations like this. I'm upset. I mean, I feel upset. I feel bothered that I was walking down the street today and I was like terrified for a quick moment that a thought popped in my head of, I must turn around in case there's some craziness on the street. That's not my normal thoughts. I don't normally think that way. That's not me. That's not how we think as energetic and spiritual beings. But because there's so many incidences booming me and 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 infiltrating my system, it's now becoming an issue where that thought is in my freaking mind. And if this is happening to me, this is happening to someone who's pretty far advanced. And I'm not saying that in a mean way. I'm not saying that most of society isn't advanced. I'm just saying, like, I'm in the work every day. I'm in the work doing this. I have the training and the background and the critical race and the analytical skills. And let's put this together and that together. And I have the thing to think like this. And I am now walking down a freaking street afraid because of someone's color that something bad may happen. We've got an issue in this country. Not even this country, but it's happening in it. Now we're making it a problem in other countries. So, what did I want to say? I don't even know if I had it. And then LeBron. Let's go to this. Then we have people like LeBron James saying whatever he's saying for justice. When Breonna Taylor's mom, who just was, if anything, she has the greatest right to say whatever she wants to say. She's saying Black Lives Matter's fraudulent, or whatever, I don't even know the exact word, but she's realizing it wasn't what it was. And then you have LeBron saying something where this situation wasn't a racial issue, but because it's being brought, it's now becoming a racial issue. And I have no words. I really you know what my word is? Be connected. Whatever your mission is, if your mission's basketball, if your mission is to write a book, if your mission is to write poetry, I just had a fabulous tea ceremony. I won't go into it on here, but sometimes the person that causes you the biggest pain in your life, their mission was to cause you pain so that you would go off and create something. And sometimes people's mission is just to break your heart so you get corrected into seeing life differently and into you opening your heart instead of having it closed, into you sticking up for yourself instead of saying nothing. And sometimes that could be someone's only purpose in life is to break your heart. First of all, how horrifying is that someone's whole purpose, but so you could rise? It's a lot of men right now. A lot of men are going through that, where their purpose in life was to almost hurt women so that woman could rise. Open. So that woman could open into this energy, back to the Hertz frequency in the beginning of this, to come through the woman. And men are in their mind the whole time now, I really hurt this woman. I really hurt this woman. I really broke her heart. But it's God, that's so much. But no, you did your purpose. You opened her. And so if you're here, whatever your purpose is, sometimes just be in that purpose. LeBron is trying to get into a purpose that's not his purpose. His purpose isn't to speak on social issues. His purpose is basketball and to be a leader and to be a mindset and to be a devoted leader of athletic things. Now, obviously, you saw my video where I said I was very bothered by the discrimination consciousness of polyamory versus monogamy, because that consciousness is the same as what we're talking about now. That I will call out. That is a specific situation, no issue, what it is. But know your purpose. Be connected to your mission. Stay true to that. don't get veered on speaking on topics that don't relate to why you're here. Don't get veered on it. And don't get confused with what justice means, with what safety means, with what social rights means. Social right is not because I was born here, I am owed this. Social right is not because I got cancer, I am owed this. Just because I had cancer, I wasn't even owed healthcare until Obama changed it. I got out of the healthcare system, but just don't get confused on what justice is. You are owed nothing. God put you here, the cosmos, the universe, with your pigment, with your skin tone, with your gender, with your perceived issues to rise, to make a difference, and to be the expression of that. God gave you everything you have, looking exactly how you are with the exact perceived negative flaws, so that regardless of them, you still made it. You still created a love story. You still created a fairy tale. You still made it all happen. God didn't make any accidents. And if you want to choose to get so far away that you were taking a knife to someone, no. So I had to come on, I had to share because I'm very, very upset, very bothered. I have a lot to say about it. I'm going to write probably most of the day for my magazine. A whole spread on critical race theory, on Black Lives Matter, on social rights, and on social justice. I'm going to write probably four issues in the magazine about that. That comes out May 1st. So get enrolled to make sure you get that if you want to hear more of my thoughts and perspectives. And also that society, we have a private community where we have dialogue. So those of you who want to just become more aware of this inclusion that needs to happen, of diversity, of, it's not even that, it's just connection, like just connecting with a human being because they're a human being with what they went through, then get in the Expanded Liberation Society. The link is in the comments. Please share this. I'd be really grateful if you could share this with who needs to hear it. Tag it. Feel free to leave any comments of what comes up for you. I shared a lot. Happy to have dialogue. My most massive dialogue happens in the Expanded Liberation Society, and I highly suggest getting that magazine for more. Turn your life into the greatest love affair. This is part of the love affair. We have dips and rises. I do believe it will make us stronger, but stay in your lane, everyone. Stay in your lane.